All right, good morning. I think we've got everyone, so let's go ahead and get started this morning. Welcome everyone to the special events team. I think we've got everyone in person that we're going to have this morning. Really packed agenda. We have 4 events to get through and an hour and a half to do it. So we're going to try to be as efficient as possible. So I would ask event organizers to get through as much detail as you can, as efficiently and high level as you can, so we can get around the table and ask questions. And I would ask our team members that if you don't have any particular questions for the event, just be a little bit efficient and speedy about it. Also a reminder that we are in a live streamed meeting, so watch your P's and Q's, and excited to have everyone here today. So we'll start with introductions around the table so you all know who's in the room. And then we'll get going. So my name is Maria Wegg with the Office of Community Engagement here at the City of Boise. We'll start with John.
John Wasson, Ada County Highway District.
Debbie White, Ada County Highway District.
Conrad McDaniel, Republic Services.
Vince Vergara, City of Boise Parking.
Natasha Fernie, Central District Health.
Andre Womack, Downtown Boise Association.
Summer Altieri, Boise Parks and Rec.
Jesse Tappert, Boise Fire.
Jeff Nia, Boise Police.
Matthew Konvalinka, Boise Police.
Boise Police events admin.
Steve Walker, State of Idaho.
Rachel Holford, City of Boise Emergency Preparedness.
Kelly Frank, City Clerk's Office. Looks like we do have a couple people online after all. Ada County Paramedics, Cameo Akins. And Valley Regional Transit, Leslie Pedroza.
Terrific, thank you. All right, first up, Allison. The Harrison Classic Kids Run. Such a fun event. Welcome back.
Good morning, everyone. Kelly, do you have it or? Okay. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're so excited because we will be back in person. This event has been virtual for 2 years, so super excited. We will be doing it on the 9th of October at 3 p.m. Let's see. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. And so we've been doing this event for quite a few years. We are expecting this year to hopefully have at least 1,000 kids. We've experienced in the past few months with in-person events, enrollment has been down a little bit just because there are so many activities that families are getting back out and doing. So we're hoping for 1,000. Thank you. The event is for all of the youth in the community. It's really about setting some healthy community or healthy habits for youth in our community. And then we also, and it's also to encourage kids to come out from their schools and build some community within those schools. We provide prizes to the schools that have the most kids. So we do 2 different categories, large school and small school, and we give $200 to the PE program. We also partner with Ideal and another sponsor to provide scholarships to Ideal accounts for those kids. So each kid from each age, one child from each age group will receive a $500 scholarship. Thank you. This year, we are working hopefully with Boise Co-op to get some cheese sticks. I don't think we're going to have any fresh fruit. And then Go-Go Squeeze is going to provide fruit pouches, and then we'll have bottles of water from the Y. I don't know if we'll have granola bars either because products are hard to get at this point. So we'll see. But at this point, we'll have Go-Go Squeeze and just cheese sticks, I think. So we're still kind of working on that. Thank you. So the biggest part of this event is our traffic. We do close Harrison Boulevard for about 45 minutes from 3-4, maybe an hour in total. About 2:45, we close the road starting at Residue all the way up to Hill Road. We let traffic cross Hill Road going east and west. We turn the kids onto Good Street. We work with the police to make sure we're we're monitoring the area and we do have a traffic plan submitted. We have crossing guards or road guards at each of the intersections to make sure, as well as with barricades that we have put up as well. And then we have barricades at Hill Road too, so that no one can turn on. And we've made some additions this year, having so that they cannot cross Hill Road and come straight into the area of coming down from Bogus. Boise Escort will be there as well as volunteers. So it's in the past, it's been super, super safe and fun, and we haven't had any issues. And we usually move through traffic quite quickly and get the road opened up as soon as we can. And so this is the area, the starting area, and this is on 15th and Hayes in that area. We do close Hayes at 15th so people can't come into the area, just to keep everyone out, because there's kids all over the road and in that park area. If you go back one slide. Oh, one more. Oh, that one. So this is, no, that's okay. Nope, the other traffic one, not that one, that one. So this is what the intersections will look like, where we have, we'll be using Harrison Boulevard. We'll have volunteers, we'll have a traffic sign and a barricade coming from the roads from 17th and from 15th, 14th, whatever road that is. So that's what each intersection will look like all the way down Harrison Boulevard, starting from Residue up to Hill Road. And then the next one. There we go. And this is just a visual for the starting area. We have restrooms in that area, and when we put those in the park, we use that park for our packet pickup and our t-shirt distribution. And then we have a DJ there, and that's where we start. We stage the kids all on the road starting at 2:45 and move them out there with the help of volunteers and the police. And that's our finish line. We made it a couple of years ago. It was a compromise that we made to not cross Hill and turn them onto goods. We're working with Harrison Dental and the Boise, or the Bogus office that's there, and then the orthodontist, and using their parking lot and their grass space as our finish line now. And I do have approval from them. We'll be putting a dumpster on 17th Street. We'll have restrooms, and we will block the parking lot so no one can come in that direction as well. And it just seems to give it a little more compact feel, safer for the kiddos. They don't have to cross Hill. We don't have to worry about it. And then they seem to grab their stuff and kind of clear out as well quickly. So we will be putting notices out 2 weeks before on Harrison Boulevard, hopefully sooner, just to let everyone know. We also give notices to the neighbors on Harrison Boulevard. We do ask them to not park on the road on that Sunday. And most of the neighbors have been very compliant and moved their vehicles for us. It's been super nice to not have the cars on the road. Thank you. The community's really embraced it, and they usually come out and support and cheer and have lemonade and all kinds of fun things for the kids and the families that are there. And I will, Vince, I'll send you what we put on the doors for that. And then the trash and recycling, we have our own trash boxes. And then recycling, we've been getting boxes or the orange or yellow bins from Republic and from the city for that stuff. We're requesting a donation of a dumpster and a recycle bin, and I'm working on the permit for that. So, oh, I have the remote now. It's okay, yeah. That's easier when you're doing it. And then this is just a visual of the whole course. And it's not very good when it's up on the screen like this, but it really is just straight down Harrison and they turn. It's pretty straightforward and simple. The kids love it. They're not running uphill anymore, and that's what makes them happy. And that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. John and Debbie.
Hi. So I think we're pretty much good. The only thing is according to your map, you're going to have like bathrooms on 17th Street at that little park between Residue and Hayes. I don't have, I show 17th being fully open and part of a detour route, so.
Yes,
I
the
don't
restrooms
know.
are actually in the park. They're on the
Oh,
grass.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was my only question. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Allison.
Hi.
You addressed my only question regarding the status of the permit, so I'm good. The 10 yellow recycle bins, those will come from Ed Graves in Public Works. And Kelly, he's not on the call today? Okay. So have you been in conversation with him about that?
I'll touch base. I'll touch base with them. We put it in the permit, so he usually reaches out and we set that up.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you.
Allison, we're good to go on parking. We're set. Thank you.
Good morning, Allison. So we have notification of event from you. You just have to fill out temp event application when you have a chance.
Which application?
Temporary events license application.
So we have done the temporary events.
Okay.
Yep, for all of them,
Perfect.
and then the notifications. So, okay, I just make sure, because I believe I did it. I have my license and everything already.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I was told we only have notification of events.
Okay.
I'll double check on that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
We're good, Allison.
Okay, thank you.
We're good also.
We're good to go too. Thank you.
I'll let you work with Taylor on the staffing.
Okay, great. Thank you.
State has nothing.
Looks good. Appreciate everything. We'll just wait for that final traffic control plan and just let us know if anything changes so we can make that adjustment when we send it out to everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Ed did say that he would contact you this week. And then Sydney with risk management said that she didn't need anything at the moment either. And I'm good as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you.
Cameo.
Let's see. Thank you.
Medical's good. Thank you.
And VRT.
From us.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Kate and Colin. Hop-
It's just me today.
Okay.
He had a.
Well,
prior
welcome,
engagement.
Kate.
So-
It's never
so
just you,
alone.
Kate, never just you.
Not alone, it's a team. Hello, everybody. Can you hear? Oh, you can hear me. So it's fresh hop season again. So we're planning our Hoptober Festival, our 9th. It is scheduled for October 15th. It's the second Saturday of October, running 12 to 8 p.m. We are planning to close off Broad Street between 5th and 6th, where the festival will take place. And then Boise Brewing Tap Room will also be open. Let's see. We're expecting around 2,000 people throughout 12 to 8 to stop by. That's just based on years prior's numbers. And then we're getting out of the pandemic. So that's kind of nice too. Trying to be quick for you guys. Let's see. We're going to have 2 vendors on the street, 2 food trucks, Boki Boki and Belly Full. And then we will have our own food cart on the patio on the property. Restrooms on the side in the alley. Fowler residents will still have access to their building through Myrtle Street. Our entrances to the event are going to be on the north side of Broad Street. Those will also act as exits as well. We managed to get security this year. So those entrances and exits will be manned by TIP certified MAV event security staff. And that was my quick rundown for you.
That's a very quick rundown.
I planned this.
We'll go ahead and start with questions.
Hi, I think we're pretty good, Kate. You've already got all your information into us and stuff. I'll double check everything. And if I have any additional questions, I'll contact you.
Sounds
Thanks.
great, thanks.
Okay,
Hi.
so you have trash pickup on Friday, so you should be empty for the weekend. I just recommend maybe scheduling a extra pickup on Monday.
I'll have to check. I did put in a request with Alfred Bartel, but I don't know if he's seen it or if he's gone back to me. I'll have to double check. But I think I have one scheduled for that following Monday, the 17th.
Okay, I will double check on that. Alfred's no longer with the company,
Oh,
so.
well, that's probably why I didn't. there's no side room, So good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just reach out again to you, I guess.
You
Or-
can certainly do that.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, please do, given that situation that you already have it scheduled. So I
Sure.
want to make sure it's not doubled up or anything. So
For sure.
has
Cool.
that worked in the past though? That's been enough service?
That's been really nice having the pickups on Fridays and then we can schedule another one that following Monday because typically we close the tap room that Sunday after Hoptober because it's trashed. Gotta save the tap room for a day, but
Yeah.
so that's worked really well with the Monday pickups.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hi, Kate. Thanks for taking my phone calls and explaining your event to me.
Yeah.
We're set to go on parking. We're good.
Right on.
Hi, Kate. Have all the information we need, so you're good to go. Thank you.
Cool.
Kate, appreciate the emails. So we have all that we need for notifications. We're good to go.
Great.
Nothing from the parks.
Thank you.
I would be remiss if we didn't step in for Ed and ask about what you're serving beer in.
Oh, yes. Our classic kind of 5-ounce taster mugs.
Okay,
Yes.
reusable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We'll be selling them, but we also encourage people that have bought them in the past to bring in their old ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay, perfect. I have to like channel my inner Ed. I don't quite have the beard, but
That's
you
a
know.
good question. I left that out on my list. Yeah.
Thank you, Kate. Just make sure you apply for your tent permit. Get that in.
Yes.
And then your food trucks, please ensure that they have their fire department inspections. They'll have a sticker that looks like this that verifies them.
Yes, sir.
Show and tell. Yep, it helps. It helps, right? And then just keep emergency access open, especially that alley between the buildings. If you could
Mm.
just be diligent about that, that would be wonderful.
Sure.
That's all I have. Thank you.
How many MAV do you have planned to be on site?
So we'll have 2 at both the exits and entrances, and then it sounds like a supervisor and then 1 runner.
Runner.
So 6 total.
Okay, all right. That's all I need. Thanks.
You want to say?
The state has nothing.
Appreciate you guys working on this. And I know we've been working on that footprint for a bit. So love that it's staying the same. Thank you for that. It makes it easy for us if we need to come down there. So just keep us updated and really do appreciate you also bringing Mav.
Great to see you. I'm excited that the event is back this year and without masks, because I know that you did get some disgruntled
Oh, man.
customers
That
last
was
year that didn't
wild.
know or they didn't hear or whatever they got down there and whatnot. So anyway, rough year last year. This year looks great. Can you, the Boise Brewing food cart, do you guys prep at the cart? Are you prepping inside the brewery?
We
Or you-
prep outside
cooking?
at
Okay.
a commissary style kitchen
Oh, okay.
in town. And then it's basically prep food. And then we have like grills and stuff that we finish it off on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may need the eating and drinking mobile for that. I'll clarify.
Sure.
I started emailing you yesterday and then I saw you had your vendor permit, so that was great. So typically that is required as well, but I'll just
Sure.
verify that with you and let you
Alrighty.
know for sure.
Maria, I have an alibi.
You have an alibi?
That's a military term for a shot you still need to make.
Oh, okay.
We have been having some issues, not with you,
Oh,
but
I was ready
with
for it.
event organizers failing to get their traffic control turned around and inactivated at the end of the event and picked up before the next morning's peak hour.
Mhm.
Please make sure that, what? We've been having a problem with event organizers not deactivating their temporary traffic control at the end of the event and not having it removed before the next working day's peak hour AM.
Mhm.
Please make sure you do that.
Yes, sir.
We are
wasn't that bad.
anticipating punishments.
Okay.
That was a terrific alibi and a good reminder. Cameo.
Good morning. Jesse pretty much covered everything I was going to say. The only thing I would recommend is to remind Mav and your staff if any medical or emergencies come in, to make sure whoever's calling 911 to let dispatch know your exact location. That's very helpful to the emergency crews that are coming in. But other than that, I'm good.
Great, thank you. And Leslie?
Nothing from us.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kate.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Y'all are really taking my request for brevity seriously this morning. This might be a record.
I might ruin
Morning,
that streak.
Julia.
Hi, guys. How are you doing? I might ruin that, but I'm going to try and be as quick as I can. Just
No, no
real
pressure.
quick.
We just like bought a bunch of time.
Okay, cool. That makes me feel way better now because it's a bit of a long one. So I'll just wait for the presentation. Hi, guys. I'll cover the Boise Marathon and Harvest on the Water. The way I kind of have it set up is marathon first, and then questions, and then harvest, and then questions if that works for everyone. Just
Yeah,
to do
I
the two
think,
separate.
yeah, I think that's great, especially given some of the issues we had with marathon last year.
What? I didn't know that.
There was issues.
So this year we're planning on having it October 23rd over at Julia Davis Park. We have switched venues. The past year it was at 34th Street in Garden City, but because of the development going on there, no longer a good spot for us. We kind of moved over. As Allison mentioned earlier, we are seeing kind of a slower pickup in registrations this year. As of this morning, we're at 818, but we are anticipating, I hope, 1,000 to 1,500 just based on past years and the last minute nature of signups. The start time for the actual race will be at 7 a.m. registration packet pickup for those that couldn't attend during the week. Then we have the full marathon, the half marathon going out at 8 to give them time to kind of separate from the groups. Then we'll have the 5K, 10K at 9. My staff will start setup around the very late time of 3:45 in the morning and hopefully be done by 6. So the maps are kind of hard to view like this. I did include links and everything if anybody wants to like go back and actually zoom in, but this is the 5K course. Those purple little horns indicate turn signs. The orange plus sign is an aid station. And then that kind of teal looking one is actually covering an aid station, but that would be a double-sided turn. So runners will exit Julia Davis Park. They'll head all the way up the Greenbelt to the Ann Morrison Park Bridge. They'll cross that bridge, turn back down, head south down the Greenbelt. They'll pass Friendship Bridge, get to their turnaround point, which is kind of just under the Broadway Bridge by Chili's and that like mirrored building. Turn back around, cross Friendship, head back into Julia Davis and cross the finish line. Wrote it all down too, but we're gonna go quick. This is the 10K course. It's a very similar start. Everyone starts by the band shell. They head all the way up to Whitewater Park for this one. So they'll have their individual sign that has the 10K going straight past Ann Morrison. They'll turn at that bridge, come all the way back down south as well, and they will have the same turnaround point as the 5K. So they'll get under Broadway, turn back around, cross Friendship, and then cross the finish line. And I'll touch on aid stations kind of after, just so we can get through this part. This is the half marathon course. There are 2 loops involved in this one. You can kind of see the green line, and then there's a little bit of a yellow tail that goes a little bit further out. The links are going to be a lot easier for review, but they'll follow the same path as the 10K. They will head up to the Whitewater Park Bridge, cross that bridge, run all the way down, and then they will continue going down. So that yellow line is the first loop. So they'll go past Friendship, past the 10K, 5K turnaround, and they'll get to their turnaround point, which is right behind the, I believe it's the Albertsons headquarters building right off Park Center. They'll turn back around, head back up the Greenbelt, cross at Friendship, and then they'll continue past the start and finish line because we have it separated. And they'll continue to do their second loop, which is going right back up to Whitewater, crossing that bridge, coming back down, crossing Friendship, and then finishing in the park. Lots of crosses in this one. Super fun. 2 loops. This is the first loop of the full marathon. I tried to zoom in as best I can, but I know it's a little bit difficult, so bear with me. The first loop of the marathon is the second loop of the half marathon. So they will exit Julia Davis, head up to Whitewater, cross that bridge, come all the way down, and then they'll actually continue, or I'm sorry, I mixed that up. They'll cross Friendship Bridge and start their second loop. So then they'll continue back up the Greenbelt again, cross Whitewater, and then loop 2 has them going all the way down. So they'll go past that half marathon point, and the race is in its entirety on the Greenbelt. We don't cross any roads. So they'll continue all the way down the Greenbelt, basically following Warm Springs. They'll get down into that like Harris Ranch neighborhood, continue all the way down there, with their turnaround point being just under the Highway 21 bridge. From there, they'll turn back and follow that same course all the way back up till they get to Friendship. They'll cross that bridge and then cross the finish line. One thing we did this year with all of our courses, every single turnaround point has an aid station. So it's like impossible to miss it. Well, I shouldn't say impossible, because I know I'd probably miss it. We have an aid station there for the reason of volunteers being able to say, like, if you're doing this, turn, if you're not, go there. We'll have signage for all this. As you can tell by all the dots, I did go potentially a little overboard with it, but there's no such thing as too much in a full marathon. So I'll kind of get into the venue now and then go through everything I have for the courses. This is a temporary setup I have for the venue. I was hoping to be able to put those dumpsters in that little spot right behind if we can. I know if not, I can find a new spot, not a big deal. A new thing I added this year was a bag drop area. That's the green square right by registration. Last year we did hear a lot of feedback in regards to not having a spot to leave your stuff, because if you're coming by yourself, you don't have someone to hold your gear, and where am I going to put it? Am I supposed to leave it out here? So I'll have 2 volunteers and a security guard at that point, and we'll either trade raffle tickets with them so they know their bag number, or there's going to be a tear off portion of your bib. So you tear it off, give it to us, and we give it back. At registration, we'll have 4 lines, 1 for each distance. That way, no one misses their start time. Instead of clumping everyone into one and then having to walk up the line and and yelling all that stuff, we'll just do 4 separate. And we should hopefully move through that relatively quickly. We have 4 days of pickup this incoming week to the run. So I like knock on wood, hoping everybody makes it. Then I just have our tent located right next to that, and that light blue line indicates the porta potties we'll have. So going back to the courses, at each aid station, there's a total of 13 across all 4 courses. The 5K has 3, the 10K has 4, the half has 9, and the full has like all 13. With everyone at these aid stations, I did send an example as well over to Kelly, but they'll receive a sheet that basically has a checklist of all these items for them. All this will also be on a golf cart, since we're separating the course for course marshals. So they'll have everything from, first aid kit, radio, cups, water, all that kind of stuff. We're working this year with Shoes Running Company. They're one of our sponsors. They'll be donating all the electrolyte packets for us. So we're going to heavily put those on the half and the full course, since that's where it was kind of recommended to have them. And then on the 5K and the 10K, we have bananas being donated from Costco that we'll put out there as well. We'll also have water from Idaho Spring Water. And we are working with one of our other sponsors on getting an electrolyte drink out there. It'll most likely be Defiance, but I'm not sure. And I can confirm that kind of later on. That's a little bit of a rundown as to what that looks like. On the course, we do have 3 porta potties placed. We have 1 placed at the half marathon turnaround, and then we'll have 2, potentially 3 more added on that back half of the marathon. I'm working with United Site Services on good locations that their truck can actually pull into and put them in the right spot, rather than, hey, put it here and then it ends up like on the other side of the road type situation. At the actual venue, we're going to have 15 porta potties in total and 5 hand washing stations. In addition to all that, on the course, all the aid stations have first aid kits, and then all volunteers have to download Pulse Point. As I touched on, so at the venue, there's 15 portos, the bag drop. At the finish line, we'll have volunteers that are handing out waters. We got Kate's Nutrition Bars to donate a bunch of granola bars to us, which is really great. And we also work with Blue Sky Bagels on donations, so we'll have those available as well. And then we also have a vendor that will be on site that's also kind of a first aid recovery type vendor to be available to everyone as well. Our medical plan, so every aid station will have a first aid kit, shock blankets, and like I said, everyone will have Pulse Point. On site, it's Revive Wellness and Recovery as the vendor that's all first aid certified and will be able to, if needed, tend to anyone at the finish line or go out on the course. I reached out to Cameo on Monday just to talk about having a bus on site for visibility, just because we don't know what the weather will be like. We don't know what's going to happen. And I think it would make everybody feel a lot better just overall. The course is actually, I have 4, I'm splitting it into 5 instead. So I have 5 different course marshals that'll cover 5 different sections of that course. So there'll be dedicated resources there. There won't be, it's such a big course. I have to separate it out like that because I don't want someone down Warm Springs then having to run back to the venue. So we're going to set it up like that. And all the golf carts will have refills of everything on it. And then 1 golf cart will remain on site at the venue if we need to bring anyone out onto the course to an area that's not accessible. For security, we're using the Protector Services of Idaho again. They're going to help kind of ensure there's ADA parking available. They're also doubling up with Harvest on the Water for us. So they're not so heavily marathon focused, if that makes sense. We do have a beer garden involved at both events. So they'll be doing the wristbanding and IDing process. And then we'll also have people in our stage area for Harvest when there's music going on. At the finish line, we'll have a water station set up. We have that fruit donation by Costco, the nutrition bars, Blue Sky Bagels, and then on top of that, by the time most runners return to the venue, Harvest on the Water will be fully in swing and all of our food vendors will be open. Sanitation, we'll be working with United States Services on getting our porta potties out there. We've been working with them all year. Jen's great. On the course, we'll have those 3 to 4 porta potties that I had mentioned. I'm still working on my locations for them. As of right now, aid stations 10, 12, and 13 all have them. I'm looking for a 4th spot that could be good. One part of the course does run through the Warm Springs Golf Course, and they do have restrooms that will be open. I don't really want to rely on that just in case. As I had mentioned for the dumpsters, if we can, I'd like to place them behind the band shell, but if not, I'll find a new spot for that. And with the waste we do generate on the course, we have 2 trash boxes at each aid station. They're our own. One will be labeled trash, one will be labeled recycling. And then all the volunteers are instructed to spot clean their area because they run fast, but they might miss the bin, which is totally fine. So we'll just pick up after that and deal with it afterwards. And that was my really fast rundown. And I apologize if it was all one sentence. I'm
That
from
was
New Jersey,
fantastic.
so it all blurs.
No,
Sorry,
it was really
guys.
good, Julia. And thank you for paying such attention to some of the issues from last year and finding ways to address those going forward. So start with ACHD.
Hi. So are all of the courses on the green belt?
Yes.
So are you going to be going over the roadways, having to stop traffic or
No.
for anything?
No.
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
need-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I needed to know. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. And then I don't think I mentioned it in the park, where Julia Davis comes in and where they're gonna be running out, we have a flagger. Like just in case anyone does
Inside
loop
the
in,
park.
inside the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One other comment, daylight on the 23rd doesn't happen until 8:09 a.m. So the first hour is going to be running in the dark.
They're not running though, are they?
Yeah.
Registration's at 7. The first one doesn't go out till 8.
Yeah, the half and the full will go out at 8. It sounds weird, but it's kind of normal for full marathons to start in the dark, but I will definitely keep that in mind and I can bring auxiliary lighting in.
I'll defer to round 2. That's all right.
Hey, Julia, we're set to go on parking. We're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ideally, 30 days prior to your event, we would like to have notification of event and the vendor list.
Okay.
That's for both. Thank you.
Hey, Julia, we need just some community notification for, since you're utilizing Julia Davis this year. Obviously, you'll be working with Summer on all this stuff. So zoo, Boise Art Museum, library, just some of those places that gets impacted, especially with parking. And then any businesses kind of right through that area too. And we can work together offline on that.
Okay, great.
Oh, hello. Okay, I have 3 things for you. I wonder how many golf carts you're gonna have, but it sounds like 5.
6.
6? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
we'll have a floater waiting at the venue just in case anyone has to hop on and go out on the course.
Great. How are you guys getting your volunteers out to the greenbelt portion?
The golf carts.
In the morning?
Yes.
So you're gonna have to make sure you do have lights for or let's have a plan.
Okay.
That you guys are going to be on that green belt
Mhm.
in the dark at 4 a.m. So we got to talk through that. Maybe like a shuttle to drop off in the morning or something, like a van, drop them off and you could pick them up on the golf carts, probably be safer. But we can talk through those options.
Okay.
And then just a reminder, the park will be winterized at that time of year, so there won't be any water. So you want to fill your water stations ahead of coming to the park.
We use Idaho spring water for all of our water.
That's right. Okay, cool. That's all I have for right now.
Julia, I think we're good on the marathon. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you.
You're on the green belt. Doesn't affect me. So we're good on that. And then, yeah, the alcohol looks fine as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
Apparently the state has nothing. Thank you, Julia, for the presentation. I know just based on some of the reviews and stuff and what happened last year, I am going to have a safety and security meeting, and you guys are included anyway, just to cover all of the route and the updates that you guys have done. We just kind of want to take a look at the instructions you're talking about at the
Okay.
aid stations, ensure that those aid stations have the appropriate information to communicate for 911 services if they have to call. Since it is such an extended route, that can be difficult to get to people in a timely manner. So we just want to work through that. Also, your comms plan, with understanding that your course management is going to be expanded, we need to know who those people are and how you'll be communicating with them. So
Okay.
just expect a meeting request from me here in the near future.
Okay,
Thanks.
sounds good. Thank you.
I'm good at this point, so we'll just continue to work together via email to get the vendor list and that stuff dialed in. So
cool. Thank you.
Cameo, anything on the marathon?
I will get back with you. Sorry about not returning that email. I agree with you. I have some options for you, Julia, that we can discuss regarding having a standby unit there.
Awesome. Sounds good.
And Leslie?
Nothing from us.
Great. All right, let's move on to the
Next one.
festival part.
Yes. It's the same PowerPoint. It's- Okay, so Harvest on the Water, kind of a little bit of the same spiel. We did have it at 34th Street last year, but they were on separate dates. They actually weren't the same date as they are this year. Obviously we had to move, which is fine. So this year we're kind of billing Harvest on the Water as its own entity, but it's also the finisher festival for the marathon because it's all in one spot and we kind of shuttle everyone into that area. Harvest on the Water, it's a relatively new event. This is its second year of operation. We're expecting 1,500 to 2,500 just due to foot traffic in the location, marathon attendees, families for the people that are running the marathon, things like that. We'll start with amplified sound at 11 a.m. That's when our live musicians go on. And then we end at 9 p.m. within that noise ordinance. And CP Audio will be helping us do all of that in the band shell. Harvest, it's very family friendly. We have a big kids zone. The live music is really the biggest draw, which is really fun. We get a lot of really good local vendors and things like that. We're going to plan on setting that up at 7. I have a separate group of staff that'll remain on site that will handle that event while the bigger group of people are dealing with the marathon. We'll clean up right after, and then we'll probably go back to the park on Monday just because there's going to be 2 events going on. And I'm sure our brains aren't going to be fried by that end. So we'll come back. We'll come back and check the park. So on site, Harvest and Marathon, they do share a lot of the same resources. We're planning on using the same dumpster and recycling bin. We're planning on using the same porta potties and the hand washing stations. With this one, it's a little bit different since it's not so early. We're encouraging a lot of people to, ride their bikes, walk the green belt to get on, all that kind of stuff. And then our security plan, kind of the same thing. We're using Protector Services of Idaho with our beer garden. They'll ID and wristband everyone. They'll be at the entrance and exit points. No one can leave with their alcohol. In front of the stage, we'll kind of have a seating area set up in a way where you bring blankets, chairs, whatever you kind of want, and just sit and enjoy everything. We'll have additional people kind of walking through that crowd. It's what we do at a lot of our concerts just to make sure there's nothing weird happening. That's the tentative setup I have right now. The venues obviously overlap with that start and finish line and the registration and things like that. But I don't really see it impacting this as much because we have that little almost triangle of area. Tyler will obviously be able to touch more on vendors and things like that when we get closer to the event, but we'll have food trucks, traditional vendors, non-traditional vendors, things like that. Like, we get a lot of really cool people in this one. Then we'll also have a kid zone that'll have some bounce houses and things like that. Questions?
Terrific. Thank you.
Thank you.
ACHD doesn't have anything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Julia. I feel pretty good about the 30-yard dumpster size. Has that been ordered yet?
No,
Okay.
not yet. So I'll make sure that gets done today.
You still have some time, but you'd want to get that order in at least 2 weeks before the event. Now about placement. I know where you want to put them. It's kind of a small area. Some are for soul food. We put those kind of like where they have the porta potties on this map. Would you prefer it there or? Yeah, on the road in the parking area.
I would like them ahead of the band shell, like where ours is currently, because I think that they're going to need that space afterward, passing the band shell. They're going to need that space for their food trucks. So they'll have to go before you get to the band shell. Or in that parking lot right behind, but it's hard for you to get in and out.
Yeah, I just don't know if there's enough space for two of them.
Okay, we can do one there and then the other one where ours is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
sorry.
talk more about that.
Okay.
For the event boxes, the cardboard ones and recycled containers, I know you've won 2 at each aid station, but how many in total do you think between the aid stations and in the park for the festival?
So let's do some quick mental math, which isn't my strong suit, so bear with me.
And you can get that number to me later. But I just want to make sure you're planning for more than just the aid stations because you'll need them in the park too.
We'll have 26 on the course and then I'll probably put 25 to 30 within the venue. We'll put them next to food trucks specifically, just because that's obviously the area that people will kind of congregate. And then I'll put them in the beer garden, kind of by that stage area and next to all the porta potties. So I'd say like 55 in total.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
rough
amount,
estimate.
you'd want to be able to get those from me?
We have those.
You have those? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So I'll just mark that off then.
Mhm.
And what about the recycle? You
We have those as well.
Perfect. Okay. I think I'm good at this point. Oh, yeah, for Ed. Ed's not with us today, but have you been talking to him about vendor recycling, signage
Have
and
not.
education? You'd probably want to get with him about proper recycling of materials there that's
Mhm.
commonly found with food vendors.
Okay, definitely.
Reusable cups, always encouraged. And that's all I have. Thank you.
We're good in parking, Julia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Julia. Just similarly with the marathon, we need notification of event and a vendor list 30 days prior. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll work offline on getting the notifications, same process and everything. We'll just extend it out.
All right. A big reminder here is you cannot drive or drop off or set your vendors up on the grass. So I would plan for your food trucks to pull up along that roadway so they could do that. The bounce house guys, we can let you guys in on the access roads. They can get a little bit closer, but they also can't drive out there. So
Got it.
that one, when your food trucks load in, if they cannot double park in the morning, that would be great, like parking their truck and then their support vehicle behind there. We just can't have it, especially because the marathon's going to be starting. So
Mhm.
I just want to talk about that beforehand. And if you want to drop anything off the night before in parking spaces, we're happy to help you do that because
Okay.
that parking goes really quick in the park. So that's it.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more. The beer garden, are you going to fence it all the way up to the
Yes.
stage? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks, Julia. This will require the same permit that you had when it was on 34th Street, the special events permit through the fire department. So make sure you get that. The food trucks, again, I know you're more than familiar with the blue sticker thing. So please continue to do that. I think last year you did have one food truck that wasn't aware. And so please just verify that. Summer already mentioned the double parking. That's pretty important. We're concerned about that too. And then I think that's pretty much everything that I have. Thank you.
So the food vendors that'll be at this one were some of the same ones at Music on the Water. And so
Okay.
the ones that didn't have their permits before that event, got them for that event, and then they'll currently have them still intact for this one.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Which is
yeah.
Sushi Shack, La Botana, Tacos Ramos, and Bistro Babe.
Okay, yeah,
As
as
of
long as
right
they
now.
have this, we're good to go.
Yep. So yeah,
So-
Sushi Shack and Bistro Babe should be the only two that need those, and I'll text them right now and verify.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I have nothing for you.
Cool.
The state has nothing. You want me to answer for you now?
No.
Oh,
I
bummer.
never want you to answer for me. Just kidding. We'll just add this to the conversation when we do that meeting. Thank you.
I'm good too with this, so we'll be in touch.
Cameo.
Same with medical. I want the state to answer for me.
They have nothing.
And VRT.
Nothing from us.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Julia.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Final presenter for this morning is the Veterans Day Parade. Heads up, Steve, when it gets to questions, I'm going to start with you since you should have something for the Veterans Day Parade. Boise loves a parade. Welcome up, Travis and Jay.
Just for the record, this is Dan Lowry, not Travis Farmer.
Oh, that's helpful.
Go ahead. My name is Dan Lowry. I'm the chairman of the parade committee. And this year, we're going to have the 20th edition of our 22nd year of existence. And the United States Air Force will have the pride of position. And we're honoring the 75th anniversary of their existence. And with that, I will turn it over to Jay. Oh geez, I can't read any of that. I apologize. I was hoping I could work off of that, but I can't see it. You got a mouse? No, I don't have it. Oh, I got it. I do. I've never seen anything like this before. What am I? I can't read. Pardon me? All righty. Is that the PowerPoint presentation? Okay. Okay, well, okay, the parades will be, this year will be November 5th on Saturday. Setup will begin Friday night around 5 p.m. with the arrival of the porta potties, the trash, the parking, placards, the golf carts, all our materials from our storage. We'll set it up there at Boise Plaza. And we'll continue watching that through the night. We're going to get a private security group to watch that for us this year. We are yet to contact the EMS and the parking lots for details on the VIP parking. There is a barrier plan in my presentation here that I have to show you. And again, this year we will have the 50-foot flag at 8th Street on Jefferson. And also this year, we're going to add some trash boxes along the parade route for any litter that people might bring. We're not going to generate any trash other than the continental breakfast that we're going to serve the VIPs. And that'll be coffee and donuts and probably some fruit. So it'll just be some paper trash. But we will provide trash around for anything that other people might bring and not give them a place so it's not left on the streets along the parade route. This drawing that we're looking at here, I believe, is the setup for KTBV and the opening ceremony at the Capitol, which will begin at 10 o'clock. there'll be a presentation honoring the 75th anniversary of there we go, of the United States Air Force. And if we could go to the next slide, please, we can get into, oh, do I have that? And that, I'm afraid I'm going to turn it off. There we go. Okay, here's the parade route. It's the traditional parade route. The band, the 25th Army Band, yes, the 25th Army Band will start there at 8th Street underneath the flag, following the presentation and the colors. The color guard will move out into the street. That'll signify the start. The band will start moving. You can see the block designations of the assembly area. I don't know if the clouding is showing up on that, but there should be 13 designated assembly blocks, A through M, I believe it is, with the lead elements in the A block right there at 8th Street, and then backing down on Jefferson back to 13th Street. All the parade then ends at 12th Street, right there, Boise Plaza, and that's where our we call them the there we go. We call him the beach master. Will be standing in the intersection there to man, I can't. One each block commercial area. The operation standards in the top right corner, red. All operation stuff is in red. VIP stuff is in blue. Oh, thank you very much. VIP stuff is in blue, and the volunteers and service things are in white. Communications available at the operations tent will be emergency radio provided by the Civil Air Patrol, along with personal radios for the parade personnel, parade staff. There at the operations tent, there'll be a large, about a 3x5 copy of the Order of March in alphabetical and Order of March listings. The street barricades will be, manned by the Civil Air Patrol. Okay, great. The transportation hub for moving VIPs and people to and from wherever they need to go will be a series of golf carts parked outside the operations tent in the top right corner, in the, I guess it'd be the northeast corner of Boise Plaza. That is also where we'll have the lost child station, the lost and found. The emergency medical service will be parked right there at the intersection by the operations tent. The volunteers coordination is in the bottom right-hand corner of Boise Plaza, where we'll coordinate about 200 volunteers, we expect. The public toilets, there'll be 6, a total of 6, 2 will be accessible and 3 will be standard. I'm sorry, 4 will be standard. And there'll be, I think we have two different locations centered on the parade assembly area. The VIP hospitality where the food service will be, the continental breakfast is in blue, again, just under the cover of the Boise Plaza. The little USO cafe where service people can get coffee and hopefully donuts will be in the bottom right there at Boise Plaza. And then the heavy vehicle staging will be back on 12th Street, which will give them a very wide street. And that worked out really well last time we did this. And the beach masters will be at the intersections of 11th Street and 12th Street on Bannock to guide people through the exit plan. And so the exit plan by the beach master at 11th and his deputy at 12th on Bannock will guide the VIPs coming out of the parade over to Boise Plaza where they'll surrender their signage, disembark, and the vehicle will exit straight down Bannock, west on Bannock. The bands, we hope to park their buses at the old bus station. And so bands will march on through and then exit over to the bus station. The large armor vehicles, any staging military vehicles that needs heavy equipment transport will be directed to 12th Street. Youth groups will get off and go to the Sherry Buckner Webb Park. And the floats will turn south on 12th Street where they can disembark their passengers. And then they will leave as pedestrians and the floats can be hauled away. Any other vehicles will just drive straight on Bannock to exit the parade route. Oh, baby. So, yeah, please, any questions?
All right, as promised, Steve.
Okay, so I don't actually have a whole lot of questions because a lot of it doesn't really deal with the capital steps. I know that you've already reserved the steps for the parade and whatnot with the staging area for media. That's from 9 to 11 that you have it reserved. I'm going to change your reservation to 8 since you have staging starting around that time according to your slideshow.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll get that edited for you. VIP parking is, I noticed on some of the initial slides or maps that went out, you had VIP parking kind of in or around the Capitol Mall area, like the Bora Post Office. Are you using any of those for any parking, 8th Street parking lot and Capitol Annex, anything like that?
We have about 6 or 7 parking areas that we have on our certificate of insurance.
Okay.
And we're yet to find out exactly how many VIPs we're going to need parking for. Ideally, they'll be dropped off and they'll go park in the areas that we've have for them. And we expect, last time we had parking passes that we issued to the VIPs that said, this is a free parking pass for, I can't remember the names of all the parking lots, but there's at least 6 of them.
Okay. For my parking lots that we manage, I'll get with you offline as far as the addresses, names of those to see if you are going or planning on using ours. Many of them become a contracted parking lot after business hours. So I'll just make sure that I have those reserved for you. So there'll be no issues.
And which are those, please?
Bora Federal Post Office parking lot, 8th and Jefferson. There's a big parking lot right there, just west of the Capitol. There's a Capitol Annex, which is just east of the Capitol. Sounds like most of your stuff's farther west.
I'll talk to you offline here in a moment. Thank you.
I think that's it.
Perfect. We'll go Rachel Kelly and then around the room.
I'll go this way on the mic. Thank you. Love this event. You guys always do such a wonderful job. I don't have any questions. As long as the route stays the same, we are good to go. We'll just go ahead and communicate that to everybody so they know what your schedule is going to be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the detailed presentation. It was very helpful. I know it's been a few years since you guys have been able to have the parade, so we're very grateful to have it back. Wonderful event for the community. And just continue communication. I know Travis has been a little bit hard to get in touch with for some of us. Mitzi has stepped in to help, and Jay, you're always great. So we've just been including you on that. I don't have anything specific. We'll just make sure that everybody does have the maps, and then do you do safety and security for this one? No. Okay. So we should be good, but I don't need anything, but please reach out to me if I can do anything to help.
Certainly. Thank you.
Cameo.
Good morning. So I did see an email come through that went up to our administration to see what part we're gonna play in the parade this year. So I would anticipate they'll be reaching out to you guys in this next week, but I will follow up offline.
And Leslie.
Nothing from us.
Great. ACHD.
So Ada County Highway hasn't received the special event permit or the traffic control plan for your event. I need both. Showing where you're gonna, how you're gonna be closing roads, and Jefferson Street, I'm assuming, is gonna be closed between 8th and 6th, the first thing, and they're gonna stay closed most of the event.
Yes, from 13th to 7th and State to Bannock, that rectangle
Right.
will be at 7 o'clock, and then the parade route itself will be blocked off at 9 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, just get me the special event permit and the traffic control plan for that.
Okay, will do.
And Jay, if you could just make sure you're using your mic, it's the only way our sound system picks you up.
Yes, we will comply with the request of Ada County for our traffic control plans.
Jay, how much heavy armor are you bringing down?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, I'd have to talk to Chris Wadsworth, but
Okay.
I know the Marines don't have a tank anymore, and there might be the Paladin, a couple of Humvees, and possibly one M1.
Okay. We'll need to know what the movement route is going to be for that, because it's very likely you're going to have to involve Idaho Transportation Department on the routing, especially if we bring it down the way we did in 18 or 19 via the connector and down 13th and that kind of stuff. So we'll just need to coordinate that. Are you going to have police escort for that?
Those details have been left, I understand, to the people filing for the permit. And it's the driver, or the company they work for. I can't answer that question. I
Okay,
don't know.
We'll need to know those answers before we can go a whole lot further.
Hi, Jay.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning. You mentioned there's going to be a breakfast. Did I hear that?
Continental breakfast, coffee and donuts, I think.
How many people will be, you expect to attend that?
I'd say between 30 and 50.
Okay. So I understand the parade itself doesn't generate a lot of trash, but it will with the breakfast too. What's your plan for removing that waste, trash and recycling?
After the parade ends, we gather up a group of volunteers and we police the area from along the whole parade route and put trash in boxes that are on site or plastic bags, and then take it out and dispose of it.
You mean take it out to the landfill yourself, self-haul?
Yeah, we have in the past, yes, we've taken that to one of the staff's commercial dumpsters.
Okay.
A business they work for.
Okay. I don't want to inconvenience you too much, but if you could just let me know who that is, where that's going, that'd be great.
Okay.
And then I see on the application, you're requesting 2 trash boxes and 1 recycling bin.
Yes, we figure that's all we're really, and I'm sorry, we should update that because that was my estimation on what we would need there at Boise Plaza.
Okay.
But if we're going to provide litter control along the parade route for it, so we're not hauling stuff all over the place, we'll probably we'd probably triple that.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking at least 10 to 15 of each, maybe more, but yeah, it kind of stood out to me as being on the low side. So if you want to reach out to myself and Ed Graves, we'll help you plan that.
All right.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Jay, I've been working with Travis and I believe that we have everything that we need to set up for parking. We're going to lend you guys some of the police order signs and I'll just continue working with Travis and getting that all arranged. So the parking meters and areas that are on your parade route, they'll be signed the night before the actual parade route happens and volunteers, according to Travis, will be doing that work. So I think that we're good to go.
Good. Yes, and I'll show Travis some of the tie wraps that we got last year.
Perfect. Yeah. I sent him a photo of what we use coming out of Home Depot and it works really well. So he has all that info.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Jay.
Good morning.
Central District Health would need notification of event 30 days prior to your event. Also, a quick question. Who will be serving your breakfast? Is that served by organizers, by your organization, or is there a vendor present?
I don't think it's a vendor. I think it's staff and volunteers.
Staff involved, okay. We would have you guys fill out temporary events, food license application as well.
It's my understanding that that is handled either by Albertsons or Starbucks.
Okay.
They have their own people on site to take care of that.
Okay, so when you submit your notification of event, please let us know who will be serving. Okay. Thanks.
Hey, Jay. This is it's good to have it back and we're excited to see it back in downtown. You definitely have a fair amount of community notification impact area as far as there's a lot of businesses and a lot of areas affected with the parade route and your staging area. So we'll work offline on that. I'll just need you guys to basically go around and talk to the businesses in the community there to make sure you guys are good.
On the 15th of October, we plan to do exactly that.
That is fantastic.
We cover the parade route and side streets and invite them to take a poster and post it in their window and keep information about the parade on their counters.
Love it. That'd be fantastic if you guys could actually forward me any of that stuff and we can maybe put it on our website as well so our members can see that. Make sure we're all on the same page together. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for your work on this parade. We're excited to see it back and the Parks Has Nothing.
Gentlemen, I already had a very extensive conversation with Mitzi yesterday, so I don't have any further questions. Just excited to see this back. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you on board for raising the flag?
Maybe we can get somebody to do that for you.
Okay, thank you.
Morning. I think the only conversations we've had at the police department was about the potential different route. And so a couple of questions. How many people do you expect to be spectating along the parade route? I see the numbers that participants, but on the parade route itself.
In the past, we've had up to about 10,000 people as spectators on the parade route.
Okay. And none of us here have really been involved in this in the past. So what has been the police involvement in the parade? Have you had us with a lead leading the parade out or anything? What involvement has the police department done for you in the past?
If I remember correctly, in 2019, you guys had a patrol car leading. In the past year, the Boise Police Quartet performed at during the opening ceremony, and they are going to again this year. And I think other than that, your presence has been just officers in and around the route.
Okay.
Because of the congregation of people.
Okay.
And at the tail end, also at the tail end, there's been a motorcycle.
Okay.
At least two, I think.
Okay, we'll reach out offline and discuss all that, make sure we get the details right and look at the staffing potential for this. All right, thank you. Good.
Nothing else from the state. I felt like maybe you would have come up with something in the whole round robin. Thank you so much. Really looking forward to having this parade back. We have just a few events that are still pending approvals. Y'all are free to hang out for the last few minutes of the meeting or head on your way. Voice-
Risk management, where are they located? In the city hall? I've got insurance cert for them.
Oh, I think down first floor, risk management.
Yeah, they're in the HR department. Sydney is out sick, but I'm happy to make a copy or take that to her.
Perfect. Boise Contemporary Theater Gala, waiting for sign off from risk management and CDH. Natasha, have you been able to sign off on that yet? Okay. You have not heard from them? Okay. Kelly, did you catch that? CDH has not yet heard from the BCT Gala. And then Hyde Park Street Fair. Good to go. Boise Comic Arts Festival. No food. Okay, so you can go ahead and sign off on it. And then, I don't know why you need to sign off on that. Okay. And then just a reminder for after action reviews. Make sure we get those in and anything else for the good of the order. All right, everybody have a great week.